Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about a word that, let's be honest, can sound a little heavy, a little intimidating: repentance. But what if I told you it's not about guilt or shame at all? What if it's actually about hope? And not about punishment, but about finding a way to real, deep, lasting change. Let's get into it.
You know that feeling, don't you? Where you feel like you're just stuck in a loop. You make a mistake, you feel terrible about it, you promise yourself, okay, that's it, never again. And then somehow you find yourself right back in the same spot. It is so exhausting, and it can really make you feel like you're just stuck. And it just feels awful, right? It can feel like you're a failure who's just constantly promising to do better next time. But here's the thing. If your willpower alone isn't cutting it, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It might just mean you've been trying to fix the wrong problem. And that gets us right to the heart of the matter. The real reason we so often fail to change is that we're busy trying to fix things on the surface when what's really needed is a complete rebuild from the foundation up.
Okay, just look at this comparison here. On the left is our typical game plan, right? The behavior fix. We just try harder, use more willpower. It's basically like just painting over the cracks in a wall. It looks better for a little while, but the structural problem is still there. True repentance, on the other hand, is like a life reinstallation. It's not about just modifying your behavior, it's about getting a whole new foundation, a new heart, a complete rebuild.
The Bible has a great phrase for this, a renewal of the mind. And I absolutely love this computer metaphor. Think of it like this. Your life has been running on an old, glitchy, self-centered operating system. It crashes all the time, it's full of bugs. Repentance isn't about trying to run a virus scan on that old system. It's about completely uninstalling it, wiping the whole drive, and installing a brand new one, an operating system built on the solid code of God's truth.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's a huge shift in how we see things. The point isn't for you to try harder to fix your own broken down life. The point is to just let go, to hand over the blueprints and let God be the architect, to let Him demolish the ruins and build something beautiful and new right there in its place. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, but what does this new operating system, this new reality, actually look like day to day? How does it really change the way we see the world? Let's dive into that.
This chart does a great job of breaking it down. With the old OS, the old software, self is always the standard. Our values say, hey, I get to decide what success means. Our worldview kind of sees life as this random, aimless thing. And our purpose, it's pretty much limited to this life right here. But with the new OS installed, God becomes the standard. Success is now defined by what He says is valuable. Life isn't random anymore, it has a purpose. And our focus shifts from just the here and now to the reality that we were made for eternity.
And this is where it gets super practical. That fundamental shift changes your daily priorities completely. All of a sudden, who you are becoming on the inside, your character, is way more important than what you achieve on the outside. Being obedient to God becomes more important than getting certain results. And you know that constant, exhausting pressure to please other people? That starts to get replaced by a simple desire to please God, and that brings so much hope and direction into your life.
Now, it's so important to get this next part. This whole process, it's not a one-time crisis moment where you get it all perfect and you're done. No, it's something much gentler and much more sustainable. It's a lifelong journey. Think of it less like a dramatic emergency and more like a gentle, constant rhythm. You're just living your life in faith, and then you realize you've taken a wrong turn. It happens, we all do it, but instead of freaking out or feeling condemned, the rhythm is to just humbly turn back to God and receive His loving course correction. It's not about getting a lecture, it's about being gently guided back home.
So if you're in a season where you're feeling spiritually dry, or you feel like you're caught in that same old loop of failure we talked about earlier, please don't see it as a final judgment on you. Try to see it for what it might really be. A gentle whisper from God, an invitation to come back and experience the freedom of a fresh start all over again.
And this all leads to what I think is the most beautiful, most freeing part of this entire concept. It completely flips our whole understanding of what repentance is really for.
This quote says everything. Repentance is not condemnation. It's not a word designed to make you feel bad or ashamed. It's a word that means coming home. It's that feeling of returning to the one place where you are fully known, fully loved, and always, always welcome back, no matter how far you've wandered. So I want to leave you with this final thought. What if repentance isn't the end of your fun, or the beginning of a boring life of rules? What if it's actually the true beginning? The beginning of your real freedom from all those things that keep you stuck, and the start of becoming the person you were always truly created to be.